We started off with just solar lamps, solar lanterns. We thought that this would be the solution. We have a nice product, 1,000 rupees, 2,000 rupees. We bring it to the poor. They're using kerosene, spending 150, 200, 300 rupees every month. And if we offer this solar lantern, it's definitely going to give them more light, and subsequently they will reduce their dependence on kerosene. We started with that, but what we saw was pretty surprising, but people didn't take it too seriously. Okay, yeah, we have a good product, but they seem to be fairly okay. It's not that something that I'm aspiring for. So we started understanding that there are various other factors apart from just a utility, or just that poor is currently is say using kerosene, or currently when we are talking about they don't have toilets. So we'll just give them the next step. We'll just give them the next best alternative that they have. But we also started understanding that how we can cater to their aspirations, and what are they really looking forward to. And then gradually we started seeing that there was increasingly demand for what there is in urban areas. They want fixed lights, they want proper wiring, that's what they're aspiring for. Everybody has mobile phones. They want something to charge their mobiles. And subsequently there was need for electricity for other general purposes, be it for television or even for fans. And subsequently we started developing a range of larger home systems, and we got a lot of support of Selco, who has been one of the pioneers in the solar industry, and through their incubation we kind of started developing our own model. But at the same time, we started understanding that when it came to renewable energy, there was no silver bullet solution that we just have to work on lanterns or we have to work on solar systems, but how we can provide a range of energy solutions, because everybody has different needs, and how we can cater to those needs. But subsequently, if we are going on to say providing larger solar systems, which are the aspirations of the poor people, but currently they don't have the money to pay for it. So then again, how we can make that linkage, how we can make it even a large 10,000 or 20,000 rupee system affordable. So we started making those financing linkages by partnering with banks, by partnering with microfinance institutions, by developing different financing models, creating an energy corpus, finding how we can get low cost funds for our MFI partners, how we can actively work with the rural banks, because they were also extremely skeptical to lend, and subsequently work in a way in which even larger systems can be made affordable through a longer term financing of 2 years or 5 years, wherein anybody has to pay, even say a 10,000 rupee system, anybody will have to pay on a monthly basis less than 150 rupees if it has to be paid over 5 years. So that is something that will become very much acceptable. And over the years, what we've done since 2009 is that constantly looking into providing more and more solutions. So starting with lanterns, then we moved on to home systems. Then we are looking into larger institutional level needs of setting up, currently looking into setting up microgrid solutions or charging stations for the communities, or at a community level or at a larger level, providing solar street lights, larger kilowatt level electrification systems, and at the same time looking into how we can look into identifying other social problems and finding what could be the possible solution. So we are looking into different projects when it comes to solar irrigation pump sets, which could impact agriculture, looking into cold storage solutions, which could also impact agriculture because a lot of crop is getting wasted. We are currently working actively on solar powered computers, wherein we've developed a very energy efficient monitor which could be combined with thin clients, and we can provide a solar computer for 20% of the cost that would take for powering a computer with solar if we were to consider right now. So we are looking into different solutions and how we could look into identifying what are the problems, and then what kind of energy is required for that particular problem, and how we can provide that with a large focus on solar. I think when it comes to social entrepreneurs or finding different problems, when we also started, we didn't know there was so much of a buzzword of social entrepreneurship. It was just that with the passion we started off, putting our own money, and then subsequently working, and then kind of with the kind of attention we started getting off, and then it's always a good way in which we can also brand ourselves and market ourselves better. But when we're looking at social enterprises at large, normally if you start any entrepreneurial journey, it's going to be extremely challenging. But when we're talking about an enterprise and that is looking at solving a particular social problem, then those challenges get multiplied manifold. There are lots of problems. You'll face a lot of issues that need to be solved because the surrounding ecosystem is not there. If we have to say market a solar product, it's not simple. We can just go over there and we'll just tell them to sell it. We have to look into ways in which we have to train the local people, how we can develop those rural entrepreneurs. We have to look into ways how we can even educate the user in a better way. We have to make the financing linkage because currently it's not that you can just go to any MFI and bank and ask for a loan for a solar product. And then subsequently we have to look into developing a very strong after sales service network, because which is extremely missing. So we a lot of times we have to work across the spectrum to do a lot of things, because there are no supporting enterprises, no supporting ecosystem present. Of course, we have to look into ways in which how we can leverage on existing organizations. There are a lot of fantastic grassroots organization, NGOs that are working in those areas. There are these financing organizations. There are different technology companies. So how we can make the best use of different partnerships and then subsequently reach out to the areas, but at the same time having to work on a lot of different areas, and each area would have its own challenges. So if you are thinking about starting a social enterprise or getting involved with it, you have to mentally be prepared that there will be a lot of hurdles in the way. There'll be a lot of people who would want to pull you down. You have to be extremely patient to start with, because there will be a lot of resistance, say from the government or from the communities or even from your own friends and family. But how you can overcome all those aspects and to always be driven, and if you truly believe in that cause, if you're extremely passionate about it, for sure you'll start finding the right support, you'll start finding the right direction, and which I believe that we've been extremely lucky with, to get some amazing mentors, to get some amazing partners on our way. And I think that right now wherein we are in a phase wherein we are growing fairly rapidly. We've grown about 3 times over the last 1 year, from about a 15-member team, which was very, very closely held between the founding team, and we were just overseeing all the operations, doing all the firefighting, everything, to kind of expanding the core team, developing a mid-management team. So right now we are about 40 people from about 15, 17 people that were there over the last 1 year. And also currently there are lots of issues wherein how we can develop processes, how we can develop systems which could tackle our growth more effectively as we are also expanding. Our model is to set up different renewable energy centers in rural areas, which can look into providing a range of solar energy solutions, and then also provide very strong after sales service. So how, when we are looking into expanding and replicating this model of setting up different centers in different areas, so how we can develop better monitoring systems, how we can also engage our employees, have the right kind of people, be equally motivated about what we are working, and also subsequently as in when we are growing, how we could look into addressing different challenges that come in our way. And I believe a lot of it depends on the kind of team that we build and how we are able to identify the right people, motivate them, and then also subsequently the entire team collectively helps us to grow, and also finding the right partners through whom we can scale up. Thank you.